$5.98 per plant versus $1.29. Which one do we get? Good afternoon, everybody. Scott with Schmidt Samber Ranch on my way home. I met my wife in town. But we'll cover today's work first, I guess. Recap my day. I drove all day. Fixed a underground, some of our guys hit an underground wire today, cut it. So I had to source parts and go fix that, and we did a really good fix on it. It looks good, so I think they're in good shape. But afterwards, met my wife in town, and we got a bunch of strawberry plants. So we are going to, tomorrow, we're going to mow in the backyard and weed eat and till up the flower bed there, and we're going to plant strawberries and see if we can grow any strawberries. In the past I've tried and failed, so maybe I'll have better luck this time. But this evening when we get home, I have just got a text that the chicken eggs for the incubator are ready. So I've got to pick those up, and I have to start that incubator up tonight. So I missed you guys last night, didn't do a video. So this evening we're going to have to, we got to get the incubator going. At least, and maybe we'll set eggs on Sunday. If I can get that regulated where we want it and get the eggs, we'll set them on Sunday. So busy weekend starts now, and you guys are invited along, so we'll meet you there. Well, brought a bucket of water over, and there's not, I mean, they look pretty rough, but I expected that. So I'm going to keep hauling water over here and keep them wet and the roots wet. I mean, we've had about the best weather we could have hoped for. So it's been rainy, it hadn't been real hot. So we will see. I'm gonna give them a while. I mean, the branches are still pliable, and I'm not totally discouraged, but there's not much to be encouraged about. So that's an update on the trees. All right, we're gonna go feed the pigs, see how pig 2's doing, and then it's gonna be supper time, and we'll eat, and then we're gonna come down and get the incubator started. The eggs are gonna be dropped off here in just a little while. So time to get that going. All right, we made it down here to the pigs. See how pig 1 and pig 2 are doing. Dump them some these pellets. If I can reach in there. That's tough. Well, she's eating all right. So hopefully we're doing okay. They seem to like the pellets. Tail's wagging. You know, we weren't getting that before when she was sicker. So, still encouraged. All right. Pen looks good. They got a pretty good spot to stay down here. Well, okay, that's the pig update. There she is, pig 2. All right, time to eat, and then we'll be down to get the incubator started. Okay, 2 dozen hatching eggs have arrived. Nice brown eggs. So, we're gonna get the incubator fired up. The first thing that I wanted to do was get the humidifier going. And the way this humidifier works is this set, you can see the level right here. And this hose, and then it's just got a float right down here. And this was plugged. And you can see the water just running right down here. So that will fill up, and then these wick the moisture up out of there. And there's a fan. The fan sits right back there, and that's how we're going to control the humidity in here. And I'm not quite sure what we want the humidity at, but I'll be finding that out. I think it's around 50%, and then we raise that up towards the end. So we're going to let that fill, and I am going to figure this out. Conversion of wet, dry bulb readings to percent of relative humidity. So, and then we also have to do this, we're going to test the automatic turner. So eggs, when they're in an incubator, have to turn every so often. They don't just sit there, because if they're under a hen, she's moving them around. And so this has automatic turner system in it. So every so often these shells will tilt just a little bit. And what I'll probably do so you just can't take the eggs and just lay them in here, or they'll roll all over. So I will probably get some egg cartons that are cardboard or paper. I won't use this styrofoam. And I'll take the top off and maybe use those to set the eggs in, so they're not just rolling all over in there. But are we still filling up? That is going to take a while at that rate, but that's fine. Phil, go ahead and fill up. And the automatic hold switch in manual position until trays are level. Put switch to automatic position. Trays will either remain level or rotate until one side is down. If one side is down, hold switch in manual until level again. Put switch to automatic and trays should remain level. Well, do you guys remember all that? I might have to do that step by step. But I think we need to work a little bit on this maybe. It's a little bit wobbly, but we're gonna plug it in. And this goes over here. We're probably gonna have to, see, I got this here also. So probably gonna have to scoot that a little bit further off the wall where we can get into this side. We'll plug it in, excuse me. Fan started. I'm gonna pull this way in place if I can without breaking it. Because I want to see, this is, when you get old as I am, you can't see anything anymore. I can't read what that even says. Should just pull out of there though. So, that's just Fahrenheit. So it's just a thermometer, which we have one right there. So, and then this is safety thermostat set at 102. Okay. Now I gotta find out what this increases or decreases. Probably temperature, I guess. So, now for this, hold switch in manual position until trays are level. Hold up for manual, okay. All right, they're rotating. So those are working, we'll see. Well, they go quite a ways over, huh? Are they gonna go back level? Yes. Oh, God darn it. Well, I guess it pays to know what you're doing. My parents, who I loaned this from, are going to be watching this, so I'm learning as I go here. Hold until trays are level. Put switch in automatic position. We're going back to level there. I would say that's level. Okay. Trays will either remain put in automatic. That's automatic. Trays will either remain level or rotate. Oh God, what is that doing? I didn't think that they would rotate over that far, but they go quite a ways over. I apologize, Mom and Dad, for the, I promise I won't break it. So, level or rotate until one side is down. If one side is down, hold switch in manual until level again. Okay. I would say not quite, but almost. There, level. Might have went too far, but tray should remain level. So if I put that, so tray should remain level, which they did. Okay, so that's operating well, seems like. So we just got to make sure we're filling up here, which we are. Those are getting wet. So we got that going. We're on, our levelers are working. We're going to shut this, and we just got to make sure we run at, I think I'm going to have to make sure on the numbers. I'm going to write that down here. What we want the number, like what we want the temperature to be. And you can see me in there again. What we want the temperature to be. It's at 60 right now, which is room temperature in here. So, and so here we go. What do we got here? This is, that's another thermometer. So 2 thermometers. And that says that's set at 102. So we'll see what it wants to run at. Give it a couple hours, but we'll run that till Sunday. I think we'll put the eggs in Sunday morning, and I'm going to do some researching on what, I'm not familiar with wet bulb, dry bulb, so I'm going to have to try to figure that out. But I think I think we're going to be okay. Might take us a little bit to get it figured out. I can feel it's warming up in there though. Well, I'm gonna give it a couple hours and then we'll come back down here, see what that's reading, and see if this is filled up, and hope that float. It's got a little float in there that shuts this water flow off. So we'll have to make sure that that does its job. So we'll come back down just a little bit, check on it. See you in a minute. What's up, Drake? Drake the Wonder Dog. So tomorrow we are going to weed eat along here, and I'm gonna get the mower out. It really looks pretty bad on video, but I'm gonna mow this taller stuff, and I'm gonna have to seed and reseed in here. I don't know how good a stand we got, but we're also gonna come back here and weed eat along here, and I might buy more seed and spread out and kind of rake it in tomorrow, but I'm gonna also mow this, weed eat along here. And then this is where, this is gonna look different after tomorrow here. I'm gonna till this up. That's wisteria, and it just never did really do very well for us. And, you know, so I'll leave it, but we're also going to, this is where our strawberries are gonna go, in here. Yeah, and by the way, I'll walk you around here a second, and you can see which plants we decided was $6 or the $1.29. And we got the $1.29 ones. Of course, you knew that. So anyway, we're going to plant them tomorrow. I got to pick up a straw. Instead of mulch in there, I'm going to actually use straw. So we'll get that done. We're going to make this look a lot better tomorrow back here. Get some more seed. Probably overseed this. I'll probably have to do that several times and try to get a decent stand. We'll have strawberries here and tomatoes along here. Weed eat all this. We're gonna get it looking better. Difference tomorrow. So, all right, we'll check back in at the incubator here in a little bit. See you then. It's been a couple hours, so I wanted to come down and check, see where we were running on the temperature. That looks like right at 100 degrees. I think what I asked Grok what temperature I want to run at, and it said 99.5, so that's like that's right at where that is, 99 degrees. And this one, I'm gonna have to figure out, do some reading on it while we have two here, and which ones, because I've got to figure out how to manage the humidity, which our tub is full of, it has water in it, so that is doing what we wanted it to do. And Grok says we want humidity at about 50 to 55% for the first 18 days. So I'm gonna read in my instruction booklet on how to determine what humidity we're at. And I'm sure it's probably you take these two readings and you cross it on this table, is what I'm imagining. So anyway, I'm gonna do that and then call it an evening. So we'll get eggs set in the next couple days, if we can. It still needs steadied up a little bit, but anyway, thanks for watching and have a blessed day, everybody.